Live and unscripted, where anything can happen with Susana's and my luck. It usually does, but we are now in the Art Talk segment with the lovely and talented Susana Baker.
Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
I'm doing well. Like my dad says, any day above the ground is a good day.
I agree with him totally. And let me tell you, I thought you did a phenomenal job. I have to tell you honestly. Last week with Person of the Year award was wonderful. Tomas Regalado, our city of Miami.
What a great guy.
What a great guy. And you just really pulled it off. It looks like you do it every single day. And it went without any of the glitches that we normally see in radio. It was a smooth operator.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
we actually had an
nice.
event without any rain, too.
Yeah,
Scary, right?
it was really nice. I have to tell you. So I just wanted to take that moment out. We do have a fabulous mayor. I was with him again yesterday, and he's just always supporting great, empowering all the great cultural projects in Miami. And with that said, I have a lovely and talented lady in the audience with a great smile. And good morning, Eveline Pierre.
Good morning, Susana. Thanks for having me here.
Well, for you listeners of Art Talk and the South Florida Business Today, Eveline Pierre is not only beautiful, but she is also very bright, very smart. And in 2004, she did something for her dysphoria of the Haitian people, and never before, outside of the world of Haiti, to create a legacy for present and the future generation of children in her community, and inviting other communities to see the wonderful art and culture of Haiti through bringing in the Haitian Heritage Museum in the Design District.
Wow, that was a mouthful. I'm speechless. Well, thank you.
That was all one breath.
That was all one breath.
Well, I have to tell you, I was very pleasantly surprised when I got the gala invitation, and I called you and said I wanted to cover it, and I thought it was due time that I did go out there and see. I mean, I walk the Design District every day with the tours from the Art Experience, Dine, Design, Explore the Arts, and so part of it always ends with 30 minutes in the Design District. We normally start with the collection, which is the Dela Cruz, and we're definitely going to come and add the Haitian Heritage Museum as well. And I felt like, you know what? Graylin Sweely from the GMCVB, Greater Miami Convention Visitors Bureau is always telling me, and my friend Edouard Duval Carrier, who's going to be here next week, and kudos to him for being a permanent artist at the PAM, and shame on you, local artist that broke the $1 million Way. Though you empowered my article that just came out on Way, I'm a huge hit. So indirectly, shame on you, but at the same time, boy, did my article get lots of hits. But with that said, I have to tell you, it takes a special type of person to dream a dream, to follow the dream, and to make it a reality. There are so many people that talk, but it's walking the walk. And you did that. And you actually did that to the point where last Saturday you did your 10th anniversary gala. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you so much, Susana. That's really like a humbling experience. I didn't start off trying to do a museum. I just was actually in LA in the entertainment industry, and it just felt really shallow and unfulfilling. And I was like, wow, I need to give back to my community. So 10 years ago, I moved back from LA, and I was looking at the Haitian American community, and I realized, wow, there was nothing really substantial that was going on. And it was also the Haitian bicentennial that they were celebrating, and I felt like we needed to do something more substantial to help the young kids to actually start off not from a disadvantage, but from an advantage, so they can continue to be, rock stars for the next generation. So when I did my research and we looked, there was no Haitian museum in the world outside of Haiti. So I found my co-founder, Serge, he went to school with my brother back in the day. And I was like, dude, I want to create this museum. Do you want to jump on board with me? And he said, sure. And that's how we created the Haitian Heritage Museum. So it's been a long thing coming. And let me tell you, it's been a humbling experience. I can say that.
Now, on that note, and I don't know if the gentleman is listening in, and if he is, well, Anthony, if someone were to call in, what would be the number?
305-541-2350. That's 305-541-2350. Just pick up that little thing that's in your hand that you've probably been looking at and just push those numbers in there. It'll get us.
All right, well, that's in case the person is listening. I don't know, and they might be listening but doing something else. But with that said, yesterday I was in a conversation, and I was, we're doing something now coming forward in December.
Okay.
And so I ended up calling this gentleman, and the gentleman said, anything when it comes to children, count me in. He says, because I believe in empowering children, and every so often I'm invited to make these conversations. Go in and do a talk about the arts and how to get into it. And about 12 years ago, a young girl from an audience came up to me and asked me. And so, with that major clue, do you know, or can you mention some of the angels that helped you and inspire you?
Wow, I had so many angels, but one that's coming up into my mind right now is Bob Goodman.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ding, 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 ding.
He's so amazing. Oh my God, I want to start crying.
He told me if she doesn't get it, then just go into the details. An old Jewish man.
Wow.
An old Jewish white man. And so I'm glad I didn't have to go
so
there.
powerful.
Well, let me tell you something. As
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
talking, and I know Bob Goodman, I think 5 years ago, he did something at Vizcaya for the concierges. And like I told you, I'm always involved with concierge. I was there. And I right away exchanged my cards. And I send them some emails and stuff. And then, time just flies by.
It really does.
And so, 5 years is like yesterday's news, a month, a month ago. And so I'm doing a project in December. And so I figured, let me get some advice or some, insight. And so I called Robert Goodman. And right away, he's just such a humble guy. He's so wonderful. And he gets on the line and and this is the director of Art Basel.
Art Basel.
This is
the
player, the person who brought Art Basel to Miami Beach.
Yes.
And to our work, Miami, South Florida. So bottom line is, he always, goes right on the phone and everything. And he said to me, we're doing a new art school in Wynwood. So I was trying to, you saw that, right?
I saw that.
We just did the groundbreaking for the new Aspiria Art School coming up. That's not the name, but it's going to have a curriculum in the arts. And so I wanted to get some advice from Robert Goodman. He got on the phone right away, gave me that speech. And so as he was talking and he was saying, listen how funny life is. As he's saying to me, and 12 years ago, this young girl comes in the audience, thin with the biggest bright smile, and she asks me, sir, how would I start a museum or something like that? How would I create a museum?
Oh my God.
And he said that out of the hundreds of people, that one question coming from that young girl, and I said, don't even tell me, Eveline Pierre.
Oh my God.
And he goes, yes. And I go, do you want to hear the funny story? She's on my tomorrow show.
Wow.
And I was sitting and listen to how much weirder the story gets. I was with George Cabrera, who's the CEO and president of Aspira, Florida. And we're creating some programs. So we meet on Mondays to move forward with the school that's going to open up next year, August 2015, the brand new school. And so make a long story short, George finished, he's hearing our conversation.
Yeah. And
he goes to his computer. He goes, oh my God. He says, every hair is standing on my body. I go, what? He goes, do you know Jeannie Hernandez from Comcast?
What?
I go, yes. He goes, she just sent me an email and the second person was Eveline Pierre.
Right.
He goes, look at this. I've never heard of this woman.
This is incredible.
We have a call in?
No, it's the next.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Wow.
So Robert Goodman,
This
if
is
you're
incredible.
listening in, we're all here with you, and thank you for the great job you always do, bringing the arts to Miami, putting us on the international art scene was definitely your thought, your vision. Kudos to you, and God bless you, and keep on giving back like you always do. Now back to you, Eveline Pierre. Tell me about the wonderful 10 years. What was your biggest obstacle creating your museum, and what was your best? When did you know this is it? We're here to stay.
Well, the biggest obstacle creating this museum, as we started when we were like super young, and I'm still young now, but I'm not going to give you my age, going to the gatekeepers of the Haitian community. They were like, we don't need a museum. Why you want to start a museum? We need other things. And I just couldn't get it, because every culture as you make your stake in the ground, is you need to create a museum to tell about your history. So once you're long gone, so people can know who you are. So that was like a big obstacle for me, and it kind of almost deterred me from continuing forward. But then I looked at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture was the kids. Because again, the children are our future, and if we don't give them, like I said, a blueprint of how to succeed, they're not going to succeed. And I was fortunate enough to actually be born here in South Florida from Haitian immigrants who came here in the 70s and actually grew up in Miami Beach, went to Beach High, Nautilus, and North Beach. Mm-hmm. So me and Bob connected on that point, because at one point I thought I was Jewish, and my mom like, no, we're Haitian, you're not Jewish. So I used to go bar mitzvahs, and I graduated.
I graduated Beach High too.
Okay,
so
go Beach High.
High tides.
Okay, wow.
High tides, right?
High tides. And Temple Beth Shalom, I graduated in that temple for 6th grade at North Beach. So we crossed the street to go to the temple. And I used to go to a lot of bar mitzvahs, so I thought I was Jewish. And my mom was like, no, we're Haitian.
You and Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, hey.
We both Jewish.
We both are Jewish. So, looking at the children and just understanding the dynamics of South Florida, and it gave me the best of both worlds, being Haitian American, and of course, being surrounded by Cubans, Jewish Americans, and of course, during the summer, my parents used to send me to Haiti. So I'm
that
like,
connection is there.
So the connection was there.
Now, when did you know you were here to stay?
Wow, that's a great question, because when I first came back to Miami from, living in D.C., because I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C., and coming here, and I was like, gosh, this is not what I envisioned of South Florida to be. So I was like, you know what? I got to put a stake in the ground. And I decided, you know what, this is something that I want to do. I'm not going to run from this challenge, even though the city is different. 10 years ago, Miami is totally different.
Right.
So now.
Now, I wanted to ask you, what series of works that you collected that you went, wow, now I got a great exhibition?
Okay, the series that we collected, it was last year, which was a historical exhibition. We got it from the National Museum of Haiti, which is Mubana. And it was called Chemin Liberté, and I'm going to translate it. It's called The Road to Freedom. And that exhibition, I've seen a lot of historical exhibitions about, the slave trade and then Haiti's independence, but that particular exhibition was so thorough, and it was so, cross-pollinating of what took place in the world, that I was really excited to have that in our collection. We got a lot of fabulous art pieces as well, but that historical exhibition.
Now, if I wanted to go see your museum, where would I go?
You would go to 4141 Northeast 2nd Avenue in the beautiful Miami Design District. If you like to go to MC Kitchen, we love Dina. You want to come through those double doors and walk all the way toward the back, and we're back there.
And you've been there 10 years?
10 years. Well, we've been in the Design District for like 8. We had a bigger space. We're on 3940 North Miami Avenue, and then now we're in the 4141 space.
Well, that's a great building.
It's an awesome building.
There,
I know. You got to bring your people there.
I am.
For sure.
I promise I do. We started the right way, seeing you and supporting on the gala.
Wow, yes.
Bringing you to the show.
Definitely.
Next week, we got Edouard Duval-Carrier and the chief curator from the PAM, Tobias Ostranda.
Awesome.
And so we're going to be continuing this wonderful Haitian culture and diaspora in our community, which I love. And thank you for empowering your children, our children, because they're all our children.
They all are our children. And thank you for having me. And I just want to give a shout out to Bob Goodman. He's amazing. I really love you like a daughter, and you're just such a great guy.
Me too.
Well, thank you.
And you
Thanks
can
for coming
adopt
on.
me anytime.
Thank you.
And folks, we're not going to take commercial.